Question 5 of the TalentQ Korn Ferry Elements Numerical Practice Test. Pause this video and have a go at answering this question. When you're ready, press play again and I will go through my work solutions with you. I hope you've had a go. For which share is the total yearly dividend valued at over 7% of today's share price? Total yearly dividend valued at over 7% of today's share price. To solve this problem, we'd have to use this formula here. Yearly dividend is equal to total yearly dividend over share price times 100. So for example, if we were to work out the yearly dividend for Korn as a percentage, what we'd have to do is we'd have to do 45 plus 15, because remember we want the total yearly dividend. This is from January to June, we want it from January to December, so we have to add up these two numbers together. So 45 plus 15, and then you divide it by £14, which is 1400 pennies. Remember, we have to use the same units. Here we have it in pennies and here we have it in pounds. So we have to either convert from pennies to pounds or pounds to pennies. It would be easier to convert from pounds to pennies because these are already given. These two terms are already given in pennies. So you do 45 plus 15, which is 60, divided by 1400 and times that by 100 to get the percentage, which is 4.29%. So we can see that the yearly dividend for Korn is 4.29%. So this won't be our answer because we need shares that have a percentage over 7%. Okay, now one way of solving this problem would be to work out the percentages of each of these different shares. However, that would be very time consuming and most of us won't have the time to do this in the actual test because there's only 75 seconds to solve this problem. So what I would suggest and what I would recommend is that we take a look at our table and see if we can notice any similarities that can help us solve this problem quicker. So what I mean by that is if you take a look at today's share prices for these shares here, we can see that some of these share prices are very similar. We have £14 here, we have £13 here. This, if you round it up, it becomes 13. If you round this up, it becomes 14. If you round this up, it becomes 13. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 of these shares that have a share price between roughly 13 to £14. What we can do is we can work out what is 7% of £13 and what is 7% of £14. 7% of £13 is 91p and 7% of 1400 is 98p. If any of our yearly dividend prices are above these figures, above 7%, then we can consider them. So here I've worked out the total yearly dividend. This is something you can do very quickly and you can do it in your head. 45 plus 15 is 60, 15 plus 60 is 75, and so on and so forth. If any of these numbers are greater than 91, then that means their yearly dividend is more than 7%, which means they are shares that we can consider. Now, straight away, you can see this is 60, 75, 70, 70, 50, and these numbers are significantly below our 91 threshold. So we can immediately eliminate these three and these two, and we only have to focus on these two shares here. And that would significantly reduce our workload. So then now applying this formula for these shares would give us 7.03% for Kilich. All you do is 30 plus 35 divided by 925 times it by 100. So I've done it here, 30 plus 35 divided by 925 times it by 100, and that gives us 7.03%. So we immediately know Kilich is our answer. Also, if you were to do it for source, we just do 10 plus 30 divided by 810 and times that by 100, which would give us 4.94%. Okay, so again, just to recap, to answer this problem, what I would recommend is you just quickly work out what the yearly dividend is, so 60, 75, 70, and so on and so forth. Then notice and realize that these numbers highlighted in the orange box are very similar. So what we can do is we can group them all and work out what is roughly 7% of these numbers, which is roughly 91. As all of these yearly dividends are below 91, we can immediately eliminate these options and we only have to focus on these two here, and we just have to apply the formula to these two. So That's how I would recommend that you solve this problem. You might need to watch this video a couple of times to grasp everything that I've taught here. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments below. Also, another side tip that I want to mention is that if you manage to solve a question fairly quickly, don't just click next, don't just submit your response straight away. Utilize the remaining time to learn and understand the table. That way, if you utilize that time trying to understand your table and trying to see if there's any similarities or patterns, in the next question, you don't have to use that time to do this because you've already done it, and you can spend your time focusing and answering the question at hand. Because these tests, they are marked on both accuracy and time. However, if you finish extremely quickly but get all of the questions wrong, that won't help you. So do utilize the time to read and understand your tables before proceeding to the next question. Okay, I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. If you would like to see more videos like this, do give us a like and subscribe.